New bombshell drops. Joe Biden shady connection to Ukrainian corruption scandal exposed. New bombshell drops. Joe Biden shady connection to Ukrainian corruption scandal exposed. May 2, 2019. Martin 3 share tweet in what might be the biggest news of the week. The New York Times has published a bombshell report revealing Joe Biden's shady connection to a Ukrainian corruption scandal. According to a report from the New York Times, reporter Kenneth P. Vogel provided new details about Hunter Biden connection to a Ukrainian political corruption scandal. The details emerged as the Ukrainian government recently reopened an investigation into a company which once paid Hunter Biden roughly $50,000 a month. That company, Burisma Holdings, is currently being probed by Ukraine's top prosecutor. Joe Biden allegedly pressured and tried to intimidate the Ukrainian government to remove the prosecutor from the case, and his plan actually worked. Vogel wrote that Biden, who was still serving as the vice president, went to Kiev in March 2016 and threatened to withhold $1 billion in United States loan guarantees if Ukraine's leaders did not dismiss the country's top prosecutor Yuri Lutsenko, who had been accused of turning a blind eye to corruption in his own office and among the political elite. Biden's plan worked, and the Ukrainian parliament removed Lutsenko as the prosecutor on the case. However, it looks like Hunter Biden still benefited significantly from his father's actions. Among those who had a stake in the outcome was Hunter Biden, Mr. Biden's younger son, who at the time was on the board of an energy company owned by a Ukrainian oligarch who had been in the sights of the fired prosecutor general, Vogel wrote. Vogel wrote that while Hunter Biden had some significant credentials, he lacked any experience in Ukraine and just months earlier had been discharged from the Navy Reserve after testing positive for cocaine. Despite his lack of relevant work experience and a reported drug problem, Burisma Holdings paid Hunter Biden as much as $50,000 per month in some months for his work for the company. This potential scandal could hamper Biden's 2020 presidential campaign and open him up to serious scrutiny. If the former vice president used his power to pressure Ukraine into removing the prosecutor who was investigating a shady deal involving his son, that would be catastrophic and maybe even illegal. This bombshell report comes after Biden's 2020 campaign has already gotten off to a rocky start. Biden told supporters during a conference call last week that he decided to launch his 2020 presidential campaign because world leaders begged him to save the world and run against President Donald Trump. "I get calls from people all over the world. World leaders are calling me, and they're almost begging me to do this, to save the country, save the world," Biden reportedly said. Biden has also been accused by at least 4 women in recent months of smelling, kissing, and rubbing noses them without their consent.